Lawmakers are pressing the U.S. Department of Education to address issues stemming from changes to the free application for federal student aid formula, underscoring the need to better support students from family farms. Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger of Virginia joins us now with an update. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being with us. Let's start with a recap of those recent changes to that formula.
Well, the changes to this formula made it so that family farms are counted differently within the FAFSA formulation of what a student is eligible for in terms of student aid. And notably, this is just an issue. This change is an issue of just fundamental fairness for family farms. Because to look at every building on a family farm, every animal on the farm, what expected crops are going to be in a particular year. And of course, your viewers know that can change year to year. It is just an upheaval in a process, and it is not a comparable reality if you're comparing, someone's family farm to somebody else's family's, stock ownings or stock holding, right? The ability to utilize and leverage those funds from an issue of affordability of college is just very, very different. And this is it within the context of the FAFSA already being delayed significantly this year. So on top of this change that is negatively impacting so many farm families and across Virginia, so many of our farm families are smaller, medium-sized farms. In addition to it impacting families so significantly, they're getting news of this change very, very late. And so we've got, kids headed off to college, returning to college in a little under a month and a half, where now they're questioning how they can afford that education that they might be halfway through or they might just be beginning because of this change in the calculation.
Right. Yeah, definitely so much too late information. Yeah, because it is right around the corner. So what exactly are you calling for?
So we, a group of lawmakers have gotten together and we are urging for a clarity of this this change. And we want just basic fairness. So students who've been impacted by this change, we want them to understand what the change is. We want them to be able to head off to school this fall, knowing that the financial aid that they would otherwise be eligible for is actually there for them. And frankly, we just haven't received enough information for families that, received their documentation about what they are eligible for. And, particularly for those returning year after year, are just shocked by the circumstance. And so we need the federal government to recognize this as a problem that so negatively impacts family farms and family farmers, which, across Virginia, agriculture is our #1 private industry. So we are talking about small family farms. We are talking about the drivers of our Virginia economy. And the idea that somebody is all of a sudden having to, having their livestock or the crop that, hopefully will be a good year this year count towards how they're supposed to, write that check to college. It's a major shift, and it's one that is deeply unfair to family farms.
Oh, well, we appreciate you updating us on that. And please keep us posted on where this goes from here. That's Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger of Virginia.